Hello world. Today is Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. I have cinematic mode on. Why not? I think really it's a beautiful picture quality. Might as well. This is a weird angle because there's a mirror right there. This is a vlog, a 10-minute raw unedited talk about what is top of mind. It's like 10:15 p.m. I just had like so I like what's top of mind? Like I just drew a self-portrait. The Artist's Way, is a book about getting unblocked as an artist. One of the practices is like getting like having an artist date. So I bought myself a sketchbook and I was like, I haven't drawn in too long. So I believe like being creative is what we're here for. Drawing, you use your hand, your eyes, your mind, you look and you draw. It's a beautiful thing. So I I really want to talk about this, how the real thing about living a good life is staying very close to your true self. And so when you have these deep experiences, like maybe you like reconnected with like a sense of your inner child, like that was like Carl Jung talks about, like discovering what you really wanted to do when you were a kid and like just making that your life purpose. And that's like what he did. He like built houses out of stones. That's like what he, and then that like really opened up to him, to like after that he was just so creative and did his best work. So for me, I'm like, I know it's about electronics, engineering, electrical engineering. It's science. It's being an inventor. It's being like Nikola Tesla. Really, Nikola Tesla is like the perfect model, or in Steve Jobs, and like, so that's what I'm about. And like to and to really blossom, self-actualize, turn all your potential to actuality. You have to be taking one step at a time, staying close to your source, and having this feedback loop of really getting back to your source and to what you're about, and like your sense of like magic and wonder. And then you really can make magic. It's if you stay in that inner that child genius state. So, and you're gonna get lost and you're gonna get alienated, but always come back to it. And there are things you can do, like The Artist's Way is a beautiful book about like practices and things you can do, like the artist date, like the morning pages, creating yourself like a contract with yourself. And you can do like, well, for me it's just like, things like self-improvement things, like Mind Valley is excellent for that. Like things like the 6 phase meditation is excellent. The Jose Silva technique is good. The gateway process, things like this, like really allow you to get back on track on what you're supposed to be doing with your life. That's like, you escape competition through authenticity. And if you're using like technology with this, that's where the most value is generated, with that authenticity, creativity, and science and technology. So one week today, until I go off to Singapore. I think I nailed down what I'm going to work on at the hackathon. And I believe, like, I'm really just really, like I mentioned yesterday, really excited about the idea of building an app that builds apps. And like, yeah, but there's also like just a long list of things and there's also a long list of things that are just amazing. And so like that has been the case since like ChatGPT came out. So it's about like, why the real progress that you make is finding out what's blocking you from like actualizing like the all this potential, all this excitement, like things like there's so many things like talk an app that has AI characters of historical people that you can talk to and that like can teach you things about science and engineering. You can build an app that allows you to like gives you summaries of any PDF book you upload and answers your questions and quizzes you on it. Build an app with like Steve Jobs clone and like allows you to talk to Steve Jobs. Build an app that is helps you generate music. An app that helps you generate anime and with yourself as the main character. All of these things are just like immensely impactful. Or AI journal with like where you write every day and you get like prompts and you get summaries of your journals and you get like emotional psychological analysis. Like so many of these apps are possible now, and so and there are so many examples of people that have had very very big financial success with like building these apps. So now the next kind of topic I want to really bring up is like how do you make that magic to the magic of how do you make that magic happen of your I think this is a better spot because all that stuff in the background is just distracting me. So this is like my meditation corner. I have my pillow over there, but actually don't have it here. So now the question is like, you have a dream. How do you make progress towards it? And if you catch yourself like realizing you're plateauing or you're not making progress, how do you bounce back? How do you turn things around? For me, it's like I really like 10 years ago, like 2014, 2015, I like wrote like myself like a 10-year plan of things I wanted to accomplish, things like I wanted to have a very successful startup company and have a PhD, be like writing books. Okay, I had made huge progress in that 10 years, like got to like amazing developed skills like engineering skills, coding skills, had very very high paying jobs and like had traveled the world and had met amazing people, amazing experiences. Still, maybe like the last 3 years, it hasn't been as haven't been making as much progress as I wish I could have in building startups and being an entrepreneur. And so what is it? How do you wake up and be like, I have this very clear objective, I have this dream, this is what I'm about, this is what I eat and breathe, and this is like what I wake up every day and I do this? Well, for me, the answer is like, well, it's actually not just like working yourself to death and like, or just like, putting a lot of work on like one thing. It's you have to have this inner journey, get in touch with yourself, and then once you like have this, then you can make progress. So it's really about getting unblocked as an artist and finding out your core identity, about what really moves you, like discovering what really you wanted to do as a child. So ending it here, I talked a lot about how do you grow, and how do you make your dreams reality, and how do you get after them, and have the drive, motivation, and direction. Listen to your heart. Your heart is the compass. And try things, experiment. You have to explore about what you're about. And so for me, I feel like I made progress, specifically last Saturday. Had a very moving experience. So now, thank you for listening, and as always, ending it, sending good vibrations and frequencies and thoughts to you, the listener. May you be free from suffering.